In this video, I'll be transforming creatures from anime shows into realistic adaptations using Photoshop. Excited? Stay tuned to see how I turn anime into reality! And the first creature is Haku from Spirited Away. So let's not waste any more time. Let me grab my pencil real quick and go all around his body, just like that. And this, great. Let's fill it with nice gray color. I feel like that's a good base. I've got this fur texture that I'm going to use to cover his whole body with. Okay, now that's done. Let me grab my soft brush and erase the edges just like so. Okay, now the color is obviously not right, so let me just grab my hue and saturation adjustment layer and tweak the saturation just like that. Maybe hue as well, make it a little yellowish. Yeah, I think that looks good. Also, I think we're missing his teeth, so let me make a selection of that as well. Okay, that's the lower teeth. Let me grab a nice yellowish color and let's do the other row as well. Now that's done, let's give it a slightly different color and fix those mistakes. And while we at it, let's do the nose real quick. I think that looks good. Yeah, I like it. Now let's do the eye as well. Here you go. And his ear. Wow, what a repetitive video. Okay, I'm tired with the selection. Let's grab this fur texture, warp it around his face. Something like this. Yep. Let's give him the same adjustment layer. And let's draw some shadows. First behind his head, like that, so we could like separate it. Very subtle. Now let's shape his head with some shadows as well. I think I can follow the lines on the drawing. Okay, this looks questionable, but trust the process. The same shadows here and right here. Also, we need a shadow right here because his lip is touching the teeth. And a big shadow on his chin and all around his face. Also, let's add shadow for the eye, like it's sitting inside the fur. Okay, I've done overall shading. Now let's do his lip. Honestly, I don't even know what that is, but it looks like his lip. So let's just add some more shadows. Also, let's not forget his nose. His nose is also inside the fur. Now let's add shadows to his teeth. That's gonna take some time, but I feel like it's gonna look sick. Looks nice. Let's do the same for the upper row. And more ambient shadows, just like that. Teeth behind should be a lot darker. And also to sell this fur effect, I'm gonna grab my hairbrush and add some fur. I have this thing, I don't wanna know what this thing is, but let me just add it to the lip for texture purposes. Some shadows, the same fur brush, and let's do this all over his head. Very cool. Now I have this dragon image that I want to borrow the eye from. Something like this. I think I can remove the pupil like so. Perfect. And with a brush, I can just trace the pupil from the drawing. Okay, now let's add this nice green color. And I want some texture inside the eye. Some more shadows. The same fur brush. And let's give it a nice highlight. Just like so. Some more shadows. Let's not forget his nose. Let's add some more shadows to his nose. And with the same fur brush, we can just integrate it inside the fur. And right here we need some more shadows. I can make him angry with those lines. A lot more shadows. Now let's add some shadows to his main body. For his belly type thing, I have this concrete texture and I think it can give it a nice, well, texture. Now this is gonna take hell of a lot of time, but we're committed, let's just do it. Okay, I've traced every single line. Now let's add more dramatic shadows, just like so. This took way too long, but we have a lot of work to do. For example, shadows behind the belly and shadows on his ears, or a ear because we can only see one ear. Some more shadows behind the fur and the same fur brush. I'm not even gonna say it anymore. I think it'd be cool if we added some redness around the ear like that, and also his lip, maybe. I'm just not gonna say what I'm doing right now. I think we need some more shadows here. Yes, that looks a lot better. Let's do his horns now. And I think we can just copy the other horn right here. Let's finish his body off, and I won't bore you with details. So 1, 2, 3, perfect. Also, we gotta give him his legs. The second one as well. I've got a bunch of screenshots of 3D model of claws, so I think we can work with them. Let's put this one right here, and the second one, and the last one. And now with Liquify, I can just extend it like this. Yes. Now let's do the same thing for the other ones. And the same fur texture. The same adjustment layers, shadows, and the shadow right here. And the other one, 1, 2, 3. Nice. Now let's shade the claws as well. Yes, that's a lot better. Now let's just quickly do his hair, or whatever you want to call it. Oh yes, that took way too long, finally. Now let's do his mustache. And the second one as well. I'm not even gonna say what I'm gonna do. Just watch. And I quite like this result. Let's give him a nice background. I think this is the best edit I've ever done in my life. Let me know in the comments below. Wow, let's just move on to the next one. But before that, a quick word from the sponsor of this video, me. That's right guys, you can now order my design services, meaning if you're looking for the best thumbnail or any sort of design, just simply DM me via email and we'll discuss all of your needs. Now back to the video. And the next creature that we're gonna do are those spirits from anime called Princess Mononoke, I think. So yeah, let's just start by tracing his head and also his body. Let's give him a little shadows. Well, I mean, most of this edit are going to be shadows, but okay, let's do his eyes and his mouth and little nostrils, I think. And I think those lines we can just trace just like so. All right, that's a good base. Now let's give it a shadow. right here, just like that. Also around his eye. Let's give him a little highlight right here. And his body as well. Some more shadows. Now I have this concrete texture or whatever. Let's warp it around and also around his head, just like this. Now let's do this with the other two. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Let's give them a nice background. I have this forest image that I'm gonna work with. Let me select this tree right here and this one as well. Let's put this one somewhat right here. And this one I want to rotate and maybe put it right here. Let's warp it around as if it's in this tree on the left. Let's put another one right here. Now it's time to add some nice little mist. Let's blend this tree into this one and some more mist. Okay, that's nice. Although I don't want it to be green, so let's make it a little bluish. Okay, yeah, that looks perfect. Now let's blur this branch over here with field blur. Just like so. And let's drop our guys into the environment. Little shadows. And some highlights, because I think in the movie they were glowing. If they're not, let me know in the comments below. Just like that, we can make them glow nicely. And those two as well. Yo, this effect is so nice. Let me just... Oh yeah. And I think it's time for camera filter. I like this one. It's nice, cozy, with a drop of darkness in it. Now let's move on to the final one, which is gonna be a speed edit. To be very honest with you guys, I'm not a big fan of how this one turned out, but edit is still an edit. I hope you like this video, and I'll see you in the very next one. Mr. Beast 6000.